So what is up, guys? First day of trading after a big change. That is, we have paid enough attention to the indices markets, and I quite feel like it doesn't work for me, or the fact that the price action was not really good for me at that point of time. So I had to take a step back from indices and get back to forex. I was looking at the forex at the same time, and I noticed the price action was good in there. So I made a switch. I made a temporary. I mean, not a temporary switch. I made a switch to look at the forex pairs until we get something nice on the indices, because I don't know how long it's gonna go like that. But forex were really good, so I came back to forex. So basically, I was looking at a lot of pairs. Let me show you. What I'm focusing on right now is gold and the majors. Okay, and NQES and YM. But today I didn't take a look at them. I didn't want to take a look at. I don't want to waste my time on ES and NQ and YM for a few more days or weeks until the price action kind of gets good. Um, so let's get into what are the charts that I was looking at today. So first we are looking at gold. So basically, gold. Um, we had not that good. We had this daily fair value gap, and then this daily fair value gaps rejection look gets swept and pushed higher. So basically, I wanted to say the daily context get taken, so bullish, and we had this new week opening gap. We had this 30-minute fair value gap. So probably an inverse of this would be nice, to be honest. So that would be the proper scenario. Or else, if you want to see price fill the new week opening gap, which is also a short term nice thing for price to do before pushing higher, I want to see a sell off, right? So if in that case, I want to see either the 30-minute fair value gap get respected. So let me come to that. And in EU, what we had? In EU, we had this London highs and this previous day high getting swept with an SMT with GU. So basically, GU did the low SMT. So I'm going to be executing on GU only for today. So we had this, and then price push lower in London, and then we keep pushing lower. So I wanted to see a continuation towards the previous day low, which is the daily context, um, delivering its drawn liquidity. So then we had this GU, the same thing. We had SMT into daily fair value gap, then we push lower. So basically, I wanted to see this New York AM low or the daily context get run, and then we come to New Zealand US dollar and AUD US dollar. So basically, out of these two, this is very similar to New Zealand US. I mean, yeah, EU and GU, where New Zealand acts like GU and Australian dollar acts like U, because we have this daily fair value gap, SMT lower lows. I mean, yeah, lower lows, and then we push lower the higher low. Sorry, yeah. In AUD USD, we formed higher high. So basically, same thing, but New Zealand dollar is far stronger and far has a good daily context as well. So I wanted to look for shots in that, obviously. USD JPY, yeah, we did a really good push from daily fair value gap, and we had the daily fair value gap context at the all-time highs, and price is rallying up in this. So we are like taking all-time highs. So it's really bullish, but honestly, this person is not nice. So if I probably see this as saw 1 hour fair value gap retracement, I could take a entry, but I don't want to like enter like on a 15 minute fair value gap here. It's kind of too high. So just I had that. I did all my markings for all the charts. So in US dollar, Canadian dollar, similarly we had this 4 hour fair value gap and weekly. This was the most anticipated pair for the day, because we had this 4 hour fair value gap. We had daily fair value gap pushing price. We had this weekly fair value gap. So weekly fair value gap is a strong puller, and the 4 hour fair value gap is a strong pusher. Okay, so I want to see push pull if both are aligning. So this weekly fair value gap is going to get taken mostly like 90%. So I wondered if I saw for a fair gap tap, I would have entered on this. But let me show you what happened. And then USDCHF, it took the daily context. Basically, had nothing to do in it. So just like that. So the pairs I was looking for was the GBP USD short, and then the AUD USD short, and then the USD JPY long. Okay, from here on, and then the USD CAD thing, which was like highly anticipated one. Okay, so and what happened at the start of the New York Open is we gave we delivered context in all the pairs. So here, which is gold and gold US dollar, we came to this 30-minute fair value gap and delivered context. But honestly, I'm fine not taking this, because The reaction was from a new week opening gap. So if I had to be strong, then I had to look for this 5 minute IFVG. But before that IFVG happened, we took the drawn liquidity. So I don't bother not taking it. So then what we had, so but we had also had a 1 hour Favali gap form, so maybe an sell from that would be nice. So that was another scenario. So at the after the market open, price just kept doing what it had to do without tapping into the 1 hour Favali gap. So basically here we saw the 1 hour Favali gap did not get tapped and we pushed lower. And similarly in this also we did not come to this 1 hour, but we made 15 minutes Favali gap and pushed lower. Okay, so I wanted to look for, I always have this. Okay, first thing is this is our narrative. Yeah, for me drawn, we are drawn like this. This is my narrative. So if this narrative is not working, what is the fresh narrative that I would be looking for in a continuation? Is a 15 minute or a 30 minute or 1 hour? If I finally get forms in the session and then price gets traded into that in the session, I will look for a trade from it. That's the narrative formation rule. So that thing I cannot say like pre-market that there's gonna form, but generally, with my bias and if the drawn liquidity for the day is not taken, I look for continuation shots from 15 minute fair value gap or 30 minute fair value gap, 1 hour fair value gap. So today, what we had, we took one trade today, which was from this 30 minute fair value gap. So we saw. Let me show you here. So basically, in New Zealand US dollar and I say New Zealand US dollar is stronger, so I want to only trade that. So basically, we did not tap into this. We just nicked this fair value gap and we pushed lower. Okay, and then we found this 30 minute, 15 minute fair value gap. But when price traded into it, I didn't want to take a sell yet because we were forming this 30 minute fair value gap. So that was a really a good move. Looking into the higher time frame and figuring out, yeah, we should not take a trade now. So then I waited for this 30 minute fair value gap. Then I waited for price. It was really simple, not very like rocket science or anything. Fair value gap price went in, sharp turn, didn't get a sharp turn. We got an IFVG and price respected that IFVG as well. Then we closed below this like a body CSD kind of thing. So honestly, this was enough for me. I took a entry right when this candle closed, 1.38 RR TP SL. I mean SL TP, and then price went. So this is my first win after a long time. And honestly, with this one trade, I cannot tell, okay, the forex pairs are working. So what I'm basically doing is I'm not buying a new eval, not new CFD eval. I have planned to buy the what's that? Yeah, Aqua funded $10 instant account that I got for the survey that I could buy anytime. So basically, I have you even have the crypto ready. So I'll buy it when I need it. So for now, what I'm doing, at least for 1 or 2 weeks, is going to be trading low risk on the funding pips account. This one it's almost around the drawdown. So basically, it was like $40 into the drawdowns or something. Okay, so let me show you the close positions here. So I took this $20 profit. So it was like around it's at $60 profit right now. So it was at 40. Just it had only $40 of buffer for the maximum loss limit. So I'm just splitting it into two. So if this now it's 60, right? I'll split it into two trades. Take $30 risk in one trade. So basically I'll do this and I'll try to recover this account, which is like not that easy, but let's do that, okay? Because this account is just bonus right now for me. I'll completely like trade this for the sake of seeing how this works actually. And when I see really good things happening, when I see this account come out of the drawdown or have like a good week or something, I will definitely do back test on the trading view. But then I will move on to the aqua funded instant account, and I'll try aqua funded instant, try to risk around 0.5% per trade and take it really serious and try to get one pair from the instant account. If I could do that, then yeah, then I'll start stacking CFD firms trying to get payout. So basically, the strategy is working, and I'll tell this again and again and again because I'm telling this to myself because I have a lot of thoughts that my strategy is not working. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. That keeps spiraling into my mind. Okay, because I'm trading ICT, so I'm like ICT concept doesn't work or something like that. These things that should never come to my mind, but definitely I'm telling the strategy is working. Just gotta fix to it. Let that run. See, this is beautiful book setup. So yeah, it's definitely working. I just got to stick to it, and I think it's gonna be nice from now on. I might have wasted some time like trying to force indices, but yeah, but that helped me. That analysis and everything helped me as well, because that was harder conditions, and now trading into these easier these conditions make it look easier. So yeah, it's really guys. Nasdaq and yes, even though it gave me a lot of drawdown, lot of mental pressures, it gave me how to journal. I learned how to journal properly. I started implementing these journals, everything from Nasdaq only. See the my Nasdaq, I did all these journals. This build my discipline and everything. I'm saying this for myself so that uh, when I speak it out loud, I feel a lot better. Yeah, so Nasdaq taught me a lot of this, so nothing has went to wrong. Okay, we really did a lot good thing on learning how to journal, how to gather data and everything. So and now applying the harder and scenario things into the easier scenarios make it really good and nice. So basically, this is the trade of the day. I don't think I have any other trades today. So yeah, so I'll call it a day, and I'll probably go do some other work. There's definitely a lot of work to do. Yeah, so that's a really good day. Thank you.